and especially far eastern Nebraska, near 70 miles per hour out in Nebraska City. Those winds will begin to slowly, gradually die down as we get into the overnight hours. Off to the west, we're now down to 30 to 40 miles per hour, still right around 60 miles per hour potentially tomorrow morning here in Lincoln. And then as we get into the late morning, especially into the early afternoon hours, we'll see those winds die down to around 40 to 45 miles per hour. Still a windy day, but not as windy as what we're expecting out there this evening. Snowfall potential in the next 24 hours. This is a little bit misleading. It's going to be nearly impossible to measure the snowfall amounts out there today. So we have numbers ranging from right around a half an inch, maybe up to 4.5 inches. Once again, very difficult to see those snow possibilities really begin to ramp up. We're going to see the snow really begin to drift later on today with those windy conditions. So 1 to 2 inches may look like 4 to 5 inches in some locations, but still a wide variety on the snowfall potential. We're expecting a trace to 2 inches in central Nebraska. More likely, I think, when you take a look at this total snowfall potential, it's the likelihood that we'll see those blizzard-like conditions intensifying. So far eastern Nebraska, 2 to 5 inches, greater probability of the blizzard-like conditions. Off to the west, another area of 2 to 5 inches, and we're expecting some dry air in central and especially south central Nebraska, where we only see a trace to 2 inches. Lincoln really on the fine line to maybe only seeing 1 or 2 inches, could see as much as 2 to 4 inches as well. There is also a marginal risk of severe weather out there today, especially extreme southeastern Nebraska. Once again, could see some quarter-sized hail, could see some damaging wind gusts. It really won't take much to see those damaging winds because we are already seeing those winds gust up to 50 to 60 miles per hour today. Remember, you only need a 60 mile per hour wind for it to be classified as severe. So if we see a thunderstorm in southeastern Nebraska, very likely to have a severe thunderstorm warning. Regardless if it has any hail, it should have those damaging winds. But fortunately, not expecting widespread severe weather today, at least in the form of thunderstorms. We will see extreme weather, though, some hazardous weather in the form of winter conditions. That is expected once again later on this afternoon and especially onto this evening. So more importantly, let's take a look at Skycast now. 11 a.m., we're still seeing that band of moderate to heavy snow, very narrow band of snow out in western Nebraska. Still dry here in Lincoln potentially. Then we get to around 2 to 3 to maybe 4 p.m. We start to see those showers and storms begin to develop. That will continue for the rest of the afternoon, most likely in eastern Nebraska. Once we get to as early as 4 p.m., more likely 5 and 6 p.m., we're going to see that rain change over to snow. So right for the evening commute here in eastern Nebraska. In Omaha, we're still expecting rain around 5 p.m., but once we get to around 6, 7 p.m., we're going to see that complete change over to snow. The only areas that could potentially still see rain, extreme southeastern Nebraska, but for the most part, snow will be falling late this afternoon into the early to mid-evening hours. And by the time we get to around 10 p.m., starting to wind down just a little bit, but it could continue until right around midnight. But by early tomorrow morning, still expecting some blowing snow because with those windy conditions up to 50 to 60 miles per hour, but at least snow falling from the sky should be coming to an end. And by the time we get to late Wednesday morning, we should be quieting down as well. So make sure to just take it easy out there today. Make sure to not go out and about if you really don't have to. It's going to be very dangerous once again, so make sure to give yourself extra time when driving. If you have to be out this afternoon and evening, take it cautiously. It's going to see some dangerous winter-like conditions. I know we saw 60s last week, but once again, blizzard-like conditions are possible this afternoon and especially into this evening. Stay tuned to the latest forecast later on today. Make sure to watch Brad Anderson, 1011 News at noon. He'll have the latest forecast details.